Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Today's Monday, March 2nd, 2020. I'm Louis Chavez.
And I'm Mayette Lloyd.
And we begin with our top international and national stories. Amy Klobuchar will end her presidential bid on Monday. Once she ends her bid, she will endorse presidential hopeful Joe Biden. Klobuchar is going to fly to Dallas to support Biden at his rally. Before she dropped her bid, her campaign feared she would lose Minnesota, where she is currently a senator. She placed 5th in Iowa and 6th in both Nevada and South Carolina, which essentially ended her hope for a presidential run. Klobuchar was never able to fully nationalize her campaign because she constantly trailed her competitors.
Afghanistan is celebrating the possibility of peace after 18 years of war. A U.S. Taliban peace agreement has been ongoing. However, Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani isn't in agreement with the U.S.'s promise of a speedy release of 5,000 Taliban prisoners. Ghani believes that it is a choice for his government to make for themselves. The U.S. is planning to withdraw their troops over the next 14 months.
President Trump announced new coronavirus screening processes this morning. Trump tweeted that anyone flying from high-risk countries will be screened upon arrival in the U.S. High-risk countries include Italy, South Korea, Iran, and China. These new procedures come shortly after the coronavirus death toll reaches 54 in Iran. Iran has temporarily shut down schools and public gatherings in an attempt to slow the spread of the virus.
Last Sunday, a police dog named Stryker sniffed out nearly 600 pounds of meth in Louisville, Texas. The dog and his human partner officer were investigating a suspicious tractor trailer parked off of a major highway. The meth was hidden in a secret compartment of the trailer. The total value of the meth was $1.2 million. This was the largest bust for both Stryker and the Louisville Police Department.
Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, is absolutely devastated by the allegations that first responders shared photos from the helicopter crash that killed the NBA player, their 13-year-old daughter, and 7 other people. Her attorney, Gary Robb, issued a statement after reports claimed that deputies from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's and fire departments shared photos of the accident. Robb said that Bryant went to the sheriff's office that day of the crash and asked it to be protected from photographers in order to protect the dignity of the victims and their families. In a Facebook post last Friday, the Sheriff's Department said the allegations are currently under investigation and that they're deeply disturbed that their deputies allegedly engaged in such an insensitive act. The Los Angeles County Fire Department hasn't commented on the allegations. Coming up next, we'll take a look into leading local headlines.
And later, we have the latest political news. Stay with us.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Arlington Heights, Illinois is on high alert after a third person has been identified to have the deadly COVID-19. Although not yet confirmed by the CDC, the patient is being treated at a hospital in Arlington Heights. The state of Illinois is asking the CDC to employ a team to support an effort to monitor and identify people who have come in contact with the infected patient. Public health officials are intensely trying to reduce the risk of additional transmission, including asking for self-quarantine of a hospital employee and several Illinois school district students. Illinois officials are waiting for the next steps.
Provost of Lewis University, Dr. Christopher Sint, released an update on the coronavirus disease in Italy and the 15 Lewis students studying in Rome for the spring semester. He expressed concern about the students and explained the students will be brought home as soon as possible. The Centers of Disease Control changed its travel status on Italy to a level 3 warning. This means when the students return, they will be monitored up to 14 days in a self-isolated area to reduce any change of spreading. Our heartfelt prayers go out to the students.
An online video post shows 2 Chicago police officers shooting a man at a busy train station after struggling to restrain him. Chicago Police Department said the 2 officers were trying to arrest the man at the Grand Station on the CTA Red Line last Friday. According to the police, the officers stopped the man because he was moving between 2 train cars, which is a city ordinance violation. A video recorded by a bystander shows the officers struggling to restrain the man near an escalator at the station. The video shows police struggling with the man for several minutes before he breaks free from being pinned on the ground. At that point, one of the officers yells, "Shoot him," and the other fires toward the man. The unidentified man was taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he remains in critical but stable condition.
Chicago has a plan to invest about $4.5 million to address the affordable housing concerns surrounding the Obama Presidential Center. This money would be used to help low-income residents fix their homes and help others become homeowners and renovate vacant buildings. The center will include a plaza and 4 buildings, along with a 2-acre children's play area and a public library branch. It's expected to transform parts of the city by bringing in new businesses and housing developments, but area residents have been concerned about being displaced.
Did you take the plunge this weekend? The annual Chicago Polar Plunge took place this weekend at North Avenue Beach. Thousands participated in the plunge to benefit the Special Children's Charities and Special Olympics Chicago programs. The event has attracted up to 4,000 participants over the last 20 years and has already raised up to $2 million. Proceeds from the plunge will help the athletes fund activities, events, as well as transportation. If you are interested, you can still sign up. Registration is still open and can be completed online or in person at North Avenue Beach beginning at 8 a.m. For more information, please visit www.chicagopolarplunge.org. When we return, we have your day's top political headlines.
And later we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
A federal judge ruled Ken Cuccinelli's appointment as the acting Deputy Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security as unlawful. Last year, Cuccinelli had a lawsuit filed against him questioning whether his position as director met the legal requirements or not. The Department of Homeland Security oversees the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Cuccinelli made revisions to policies regarding asylum seekers soon after he started his new position. One of the revisions includes giving asylum seekers less consultation time prior to interviews. Mayor of South Bend, Indiana, Pete Buttigieg, ended his presidential campaign yesterday. Buttigieg became a top competitor during his campaign, but he struggled to gain support from voters of color, which make up a large amount of the Democratic Party. Although Buttigieg raised more than $80 million, donation money slowly declined during his campaign. Nonetheless, Buttigieg made history for being the first gay candidate to run for president. And former Vice President Joe Biden won the South Carolina primary last week. This win is huge for Biden and will help his campaign as he heads into Super Tuesday tomorrow. Runner-up was Senator Bernie Sanders, who has been a major competitor in the Democratic presidential campaign, as well as fairly new candidate in the race, Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who has spent $500,000 on his campaign, making him another major player for Super Tuesday tomorrow. Biden is hoping the support he received from the African American community in South Carolina will help his campaign among other southern states.
So you mentioned Super Tuesday. Can you talk to me a little bit about what that signifies for us?
Sure. So Super Tuesday is when a lot of states will vote for their primary elections, and this is going to be really important for the rest of the candidates because Klobuchar and Buttigieg just dropped from the race, so this will be very important for the candidates.
So we'll have to stay tuned and see how that turns out. Coming up next, we have your full 5-day forecast, and later we'll have a look at sports. Stay tuned.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Welcome back to Lewis University Television Network. I'm Carl Zahn with your weather. Right now in Romeoville, Illinois, we're looking at 44 degrees, but it feels like 38 because of that 10-mile-per-hour west-northwesterly wind. For our local temperatures, pretty similar across the board. 41 up in Madison, Wisconsin, 46 in the Windy City, 46 in Valparaiso, and 41 in Grand Rapids. For our national radars, a lot of those storms that we were seeing last night have moved on to the eastern seaboard, but not much that we need to be worrying about here in Chicago. For our local radar, low cloud coverage came in a little earlier today, some scattered showers, but will clear up as the day goes on. For Almanac for today, a high of 48 and a low of 32 is warmer than what we're used to on today, March 2nd. 41 a high and 25 as low as what normal. Record 1974 is our high, 71, and 1913 we were sitting at -4. For our 5-day forecast tomorrow, those temperatures are going to rise to 48 and a low of 30. Partly cloudy with some wind. Wednesday, they stay about the same. 47 is a high and a low of 30. We're going to jump up to 51 on Thursday, though, with some partly cloudy skies and a low of 32. And Friday, a high of 40 and a low of 26. Partly cloudy with a little more wind. That's it for weather. Now back to Lewis at the desk.
All right, Carl, thank you so much for that update. Stay tuned for Sports Next.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Welcome back to LUTN. I'm Matt Mohan with your sports update. Home or away, with or without key players, the Lewis men's volleyball team just keeps on winning. The Flyers notched their 7th straight win on Saturday, taking down Loyola Chicago convincingly in a 3-set sweep. The Flyers also swept 14th-ranked Purdue Fort Wayne last Thursday to give Lewis their 4th consecutive win by a sweep. Tyler Mitchum continues to dominate the front of the net. He was named the Conference Player of the Week for the 2nd straight week. Ryan Coonan also continues to dazzle as he has now put up double-digit kills in each of the last 9 games. Up next, the Flyers will hit the road for 2 games against Stanford. Their next home game is March 18th versus Princeton. It was an up-and-down weekend for the women's lacrosse team. On Friday afternoon, the Flyers blew out Oklahoma Baptist with a 21-5 win. Sarah Bradley led the way for Lewis with 8 goals and 5 assists as the Flyers scored the most team goals in a game in program history. On Sunday, Lewis got a taste of their own medicine, however, losing by a score of 24-7 against Davenport. The Flyers fell behind early as Davenport had 3 attackers score 5 goals apiece. The loss dropped Lewis to 1-5 on the season. Their next game is against Felician University on Friday afternoon. The NFL offseason is now swinging into full gear with the start of the scouting combine this weekend. NFL scouts from across the league got a chance to see the best and brightest stars of the future perform a variety of physical and mental tests. Alabama graduate Henry Ruggs was the standout performer of the weekend with his lightning-quick 40-yard dash, just barely missing the record set by John Ross in 2017. The 4-day event in Indianapolis had more than 300 prospects participate in their quest to achieve their NFL dreams. And for briefs, the Bulls have now lost 8 of their last 10 games as they fell to the New York Knicks on Saturday 125 to 115. Wendell Carter Jr. was sluggish in his first game since January 6th, scoring only 6 points in 18 minutes. The Bulls are now 20 games below 500 for the first time this season at 20-40. The Blackhawks have responded well to the Robin Leonard trade as they have built a mini 2-game win streak. On Saturday, the Hawks beat the Florida Panthers with Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane each scoring in the 3-2 shootout win. Finally, conference tournaments are only a week away in college basketball. Last Saturday saw several upsets of top-ranked teams. The 7th-ranked Duke Blue Devils lost to Virginia, and number 2 Baylor lost a tight one to TCU. That's all for sports. I'm Matt Mohan. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for that update, Matt. That's it for today's news. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis News on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Luis Chavez.
I'm Mayette Lloyd.
I'm Ayana Squires with Politics.
I'm Carl Zahn with weather.
Have a great night.